Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Tuesday, May the 20th, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we get some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out, different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there if you're brand spanking new player to the game, returning player, even if you're an experienced player, this particular daily weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome, the great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. If you do wonder why I have more score than you, we take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 25% boost. Of course, I claimed that right off the current Season 20 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%. And you can claim that by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. Now, I am ranked 147, as you can see. Not only have our usual dailies here, but we also have a fresh set of weeklies here, so that's pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and use a score booster drink. Of course, we can only use one score booster drink per day. Gives us an extra 25% of what we have already for 24 hours. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we have 50%. Now, if you ever use a score booster drink, you don't see your score increasing. There's nothing wrong with your game. All you do is you back out, then you go back into it again. You'll see it kind of pop up. And the same thing would happen to the weeklies as well. All right, and of course we do have the Invader from Beyond event, and the aliens are back in town for 2 weeks. Starts today, Tuesday, May the 20th. It goes all the way to June the 3rd, 2025. Now, I do have a video I made just last year of how to complete Invaders from Beyond, just in case if you're brand spanking new to the game. And I show you how you can even find alien invaders that are not during the event, but anywhere across the wasteland. They're called random encounters. You can check out that video if you so wish. All right, let's take a look at this one here first. Consume a vintage alcoholic beverage 1. So of course we will have to drink an alcoholic beverage that has the word vintage in it. Let's take a look at our little grocery bag here just so I can show you what that looks like under food and drink. So as you can see, we have vintage Meyer Magic Moonshine, we have vintage Nuka Shine. Now, if you have saved vintage Nuka Shine from opening up your festive gifts, I believe even the Mole Miner Treasure Hunter pails will have vintage Nuka Shine in it as well. And you can, definitely if you saved them, that is definitely the way to do it. I know myself, I usually have a couple on me, or I'll put them in my stash box. Now, I even noticed some people will actually sell vintage Nuka Shine and vintage Meyer Magic Moonshine and their vendors. That's another good way. You can go around to other players' vendors and you can purchase them from other players. Now we're going to go to a spot where we can find Meyer Magic Moonshine, not the vintage kind, but just the regular kind. It's right over here at Sunday Brothers Cabin. Right over here. So let's pop over here. Again, you don't have to wait for Moonshine Jamboree to go on. You can come here at any time. All right, let's go ahead here. Now we're going to run right down here. We're going to get on top of the roof. This building right here with the candy cane roof here. Usually a ghoul right inside. There we go. I'm going to go right across from here. There is 2 Meyer Magic Moonshine right here for the picking. Let's go ahead and grab one. There's also going to be one right down there in that bear's mouth, as you can see. There's going to be 2 more up on the roof. Now, you don't need a jetpack to get up here. Just walk right around the house along the outside here and go up this ramp. Right over here. So we have our old pal Petey right here. Passed right out. There's 2 more right there. So it's a good little source of Meyer Magic Moonshine. So now we get our Meyer Magic Moonshine. We're going to head back to our camp here. I can remember where I put it. Here. And there will be some ghouls around here, but as you saw, we only encountered one in this little trip here. So if you're lower level, you can definitely kind of sneak your way by. It's easy to do. All right, so you will need a fermenter for this. Where is my fermenter? Which building is it in? Just try to remember there, because this is a new to me camp here. There we go. Right on, Jim. So we have our fermenter here. So you can get the fermenter and the brewing station. Not these ones. These are just reskins, obviously, from event, a little side quest called Wasted on Nukashine. Of course, you come here to Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, you head right out back by the back door, you interact with the poster, and you start the side quest called Wasted on Nukashine. Now, it is a little glitchy, but we did it this past summer with a member of mine, Mr. Prince. It is all timestamped just in case you run into any trouble. And at the very end of that quest, you will automatically learn both plans. Okay, what I mean by that is most plans we get in the game, we have to go under our Pip-Boy, under notes, and read the plan. But these particular plans you learn automatically, so just an FYI. Let's go to our fermenter here, and as we can see on the right hand side there, we have 10 slots. Okay, 2 of them are being used up. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to My Food and Drink on the left hand side. We're going to go to this Meyer Magic Moonshine we just picked up, and we're going to assign it over to the fermenter, just like that. Just going to flip that over to the fermenter, so now it is in the fermenter. And I would say between 20 minutes and a half an hour of real life gameplay. So either you have to keep playing the game or going AFK. But this yellow bar, this condition bar, will eventually decrease. It'll become a solid black bar like this with a line through it. And it'll become a vintage portion at that point. All right, so just an FYI. But if you do leave the game totally, it won't ferment, so you actually have to be playing the game for it to go through those paces. All right, so just an FYI. I'm thinking 20 minutes to a half an hour for that to happen, and that's why we're doing this one first. All right, just an FYI. Now we're going to keep checking on that. All right, let's go to the next one here. The floor or wall in a shelter tent. So just in case you did not know, you get yourself a free shelter here in the game. You make your way all the way up here to Vault 51. Now, if you're brand spanking new to the game, never played it before, I would say the hardest part is making your way up here. But once when you do, it's a very easy quest. It takes you about 5-7 minutes to complete. And it's all time-stamped. I have a video right here on the channel. You can check that out if you so wish, but it's very easy to do. There's no enemies. At the very end, you get yourself a free shelter, as well as some decorations for that shelter. Now, if you're a returning player and you played all the way back in Season 13 scoreboard and made it all the way to rank 100, you would have got yourself a free sound stage shelter. And if you paid for Followed First just for 1 month and never paid for it ever again, if you're able to claim the Vault Lobby Shelter, you'll always have that shelter, even though you don't pay for Followed First anymore. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to go inside of our shelter here. This is the Vault Lobby Shelter. Alright, so now that we're in our shelter, what do? Build a floor or wall in a shelter 10. All right, good stuff. So let's go ahead. Go to our build menu here. We're going to build some floors. It'll let me. There we go. We're just going to build a bunch of them here. Nothing real crazy. I find shelters can be a little cumbersome when you're building floors for whatever reason. But I just kind of build them like these little guys here. Don't cost a whole lot. There we go, done just like that. And of course, you can keep what you build if you so wish. I just plan on scrapping it. And when you do scrap stuff, just be careful you don't scrap something that you don't want to scrap. That's the most important part. All right, there we go, done just like that. All right, let's head back outside. Find that shelter pretty dark at times. Alright, let's see what's next here. Scrap junk to produce rubber 5. Alright, so rubber is a junk item. We can use the bulk and scrap method at the Tinker's Workbench. So we go to any Tinker's Workbench at all. Go ahead and go craft. Go down to the bulk. Go down here to the R section. So the bulk 1 rubber. All you need is 2 plastic and 10 raw rubber. Go ahead and you bulk your one rubber, then you scrap it. It's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. It's more so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or people like to get things done quick and easy. The bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items. Now we can find rubber in many great spots and around the wasteland in terms of basketballs and kickballs. A pretty good spot is right down here at Camden Park, right around the Dross Toss. I find one of the best places is right up here in good old Grafton. Let's pop up here in Grafton here today. You can choose to go through those super mutants if you so wish. We're going to just try to sneak our way into the high school here right on the left hand side. So let's go ahead here. Super mutants way down there, so that's good. We're going to be able to sneak in here. Again, just go right inside here. Right into the gymnasium. We have all kinds of basketballs right here. So we pick up a basketball, check our Pip-Boy. One basketball, what you see there, gives us 3 rubber. We open up this door right here. We have all kinds of kickballs. Again, if we check this kickball, 3 rubber here as well. So again, it is a great spot. All kinds of basketballs and kickballs here. Yeah, there's plenty for everyone. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go head back to our camper. We're going to scrap this stuff up. Now, you can go to anywhere as you want as long as there's a workbench there. Most train stations and other players' camp, what have you. We're just going to head back to our camp just to kind of check on that vintage moonshine and see how that's doing. So you saw we spawned in Grafton Day. It's one of the events that we can spawn in by ourselves on any server. That's pretty handy. All right, let's go ahead here. We're going to scrap this stuff up here. Again, any workbench is fine. Done just like that. Scrap junk to produce rubber, 5 for 5. Awesome. And again, the block and scrap method is definitely where it's at if you're short on time. All right, let's see what's next here. Actually, let's check that our fermenter here. See how it's doing. All right, so you see how that bar has slowly come down a little bit. Okay, so just an FYI, it's going to kind of keep going like that. All right, let's keep going here. Collect soap too. Okay, so I did make a video a couple of weeks ago on great soap locations. The video is all timestamped, as you can check that video out if you so wish. Again, one of the best spots for soap is the skeleton in the bathtub, and it is directly south of New River Gorge Bridge East. You go right down this hill. Just be careful going down the hill. It's a pretty steep hill, okay? And there's a skeleton in the bathtub right there. Everyone knows about that spot. Again, another great spot is up here at Darling Sisters Lab. Let's pop over here today. Part of the forest. Now, there will be 3 floaters here, but that's fine. We're going to kind of sneak around them a little bit. Right, so when you're here, I like to kind of go this way, a little bit to the south. Come in through here. See this building right here. It's got a little red wheelbarrow out back here. Let's get our sneak mode on. And there's our floater friends. As you can see, there's usually 7 bars of soap here, right? And again, I recommend only taking what you need. But always remember, even the skeleton in the bathtub, I think there's 21 soap there. Just be very careful because you may have to server hop those locations because everyone and their dog will be going after soap. Again, most bathrooms will have soap. I find even down here at Fort Defiance, pretty good spot for location for soap. Ghouls are a good source of soap. I'm not saying every ghoul will have soap on them, but I have come across quite a few ghouls with soap. We do have the upper lower parking lot, which is west of Vault 76. We have the lower section of Clarksburg, Eastern Regional Penitentiary, another good spot. Walking around anywhere in around Morgantown, just the roadways or that little train viaduct, whatever you want to call it there, monorail. Again, every block and a half will have a little patch of 4 to 6 ghouls. So again, a great way to get ghouls there as well and go after some soap. Really depends on how much time you have at the end of the day. And usually in around White Springs, the Greens and the White Spring Golf Club, pretty good source down here. And the ghouls here at Charleston Capital building the level 50 building. All right, so just an FYI there for some soap. So we're almost getting on the top of the hour here. Let's try to do one more if we can. Kill a canine 5. So different types of canines here in the game. We have mongrels, we have foxes, even mutant hounds are considered canines, and wolves, okay? Pretty good spot right up here, Aaronhold Homestead. There'll be 6 mongrels up there. So here's a nice little event you could do, leader of the pack. Some servers will have this pop up. There's 3 packs of wolves, and at the end of that event, there'll be a at the end of that event will be a wolf hound. All right, so that's something else you can kind of go after too, if you so wish. Wow, they found me. They found me. They sure did. All right. Again, right here at the Green Country Lodge, if you head back towards the Wayward, there'll be 3 more mongrels right there. Right over here at Big Fred's Barbecue Shack, there'll be 4 foxes. Right up here at Autumn Acre Cabins, there'll be 6 wolves that pop in there. Now, in terms of mutant hounds, in around Grafton, there's 1 here at Grafton Dam. There's 6 to 12 here at Grafton Steel and Grafton Steel Yard. Right down here, West Tech Research inside and outside. There's 2 of them here in Huntersville. And many great spots for those mutant hounds, but you can definitely go after those locations. I think even here at Wade Airport, there's a couple of mutant hounds here as well. All right, let's go to a spot here. We're just going to go right over here to Autumn Acre Cabins. We're going to go after some wolves here. I believe there's 6 of them. Love how this the ammo curves on this weapon. Love it. Oh boys, how you doing there? Hello. Oh, we're over there. Yeah, right on. We're in danger. Oh, there he is there. Must have been hiding inside the inside that shack. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice. Alien blaster rounds. I'll definitely grab that stuff. 3 stim pack, sure. Syringer. That's interesting. Let's lock a note here, Jimmy boy. Check to make sure we're good. All right. So we are almost on top of the hour here. So let's go ahead. We're going to switch to a server with other people, just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. A little late making these videos here today. There's a couple appointments going on, and I wanted to make sure I'd include the Invaders from Beyond event in these videos, so I had to play around with some time management here. Jimmy and the Gym Bros ready to go to the gym. 2:30 in the morning before work. Yeah, right on, Jim. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go get some distance between us and those guys over there. Alright, good stuff. Let's head back to our camp here real quick. And we'll see how that fermenter is doing. Now, I believe about a year and a half ago, Bethesda actually had decreased the time for the fermenting process. Let's see how it's doing here. Alright, so I would say we're maybe about 60% left on that, but it's coming. It's coming. I don't know if we'll see it at the end of the video, but that's why I have backup there. But I just kind of wanted to show you the process that you'd have to go do. And I realize some of you, it's probably an automatic reroll for some of you there. And but I still like to kind of go through the paces and show it is what it is you have to do. And Really depends on how much time a person has at the end of the day. Alright, so we're 1 minute away on top of the hour here. Let's go ahead. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. Let's take a look here. So we'll do this one here. Complete the event Invaders from Beyond. And again, you can check out that video. I'll try to put it at the end of this one so you can just kind of quick click it there. And I kind of show you what it is you have to do. Now there's, I believe, 6 or 7 locations where this can happen. And it's different every time. But at the end of the day, it's the same result. You do the same thing. All it is just the lay of the land is what will be different, all right? And there will be aliens that we can come across from random encounters, okay? And you can check out, I do show that in that video. But again, the aliens can be a little hefty at times, so just kind of watch yourself if you're alone. All right, let's go ahead here. We're going to join the event. As you can see, it is hard. So it's always good to do it with other people. Oh, good stuff. We're in good old Charleston here. Nice. Now, this event will go fairly quickly if there's a good amount of people around. Now, here I like to kind of perch myself up here. And that way there you have, like, you know, the high ground. You can kind of come in a little bit there and take a little breather if you so wish, right? But that's something you can do too. Or make sure we're locked and loaded here. Now again, as with most events like this, I always recommend wait for other people to come. You know, we count down almost, 6.5 minutes, and, wait for other people on the server to come here unless you're looking at the map and you think, oh, there's quite a few people here. But give people a chance, right?
Our homeland is being attacked.
That's the first time I ever noticed that before. Defeat aliens to draw out the lieutenant cap of 30. Huh, I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Wow, okay. That's interesting.
The extraction of brainwaves is not painless.
Surprised that guy's still standing there after that. Huh. And for this event, like, I'm not looking to kind of kill them, just kind of looking around to get as much ammo and items from these guys. So even if I don't kill them, if I can get a couple of my rounds to land on them, I'm good to go. So you see how being up here kind of really helps there. Oh, so Lieutenant Kappa usually goes way over there on that other, where that guy there, see, is way over there. That's where Kappa usually ends up coming there. I don't even know if I'm even, yeah, I think I'm doing something to him. Huh. These guys are a little bit closer, they can take care of him there. There we go, so now we're going to hit this brainwave here. Nice job. Right, let's go ahead. Now I'm going to leave these guys till afterwards. And I'm going to come back and collect the spoils. We're going to get ourselves on top of this building. And that's what most people do, unless you're melee, of course. Now we're on the second wave, so we do got to be a little bit more careful. Because if you stand in the same spot too long, there'll be a little red beam that comes down, and it will it'll shake you up. Like, it won't damage you too much there, but it will definitely knock you down a little bit. So just an FYI there. If you're standing in one spot for too long, that's what will happen. I am reaching him over there. That's interesting. There's a couple different type of aliens. The little flying drones, those are actually considered robots, okay? They are considered robots. The guys in the power armor, those guys are actually called alien invaders. And then we have the little short skinny guys. The short, skinny guys are actually just toxic aliens, okay? They are not considered alien invaders, believe it or not. So we do have daily weekly challenges coming up this week. I always try to explain that the best I can, as we may have to take a camera picture of the odd one or two. Alright, so let's go over to the next spot here. I like to kind of stay on top of this roof, if you can, and then make my way up here, just like this. Now again, you might need a jetpack or more super to get up here, but this is where the other one is, right up here on top of this roof. And again, we will have, these guys are the most strongest that they'll be, is they'll still have that pinkish glow around them. And that glow is like a little bit of an extra shield that they have on them, alright? So they are a little bit harder when they do have that shield. So you see the red mark there? So make sure you get out of the way of the red mark. So you see what happens? It blasts down. And it will damage you a little bit, but it's more or less the knockdown effect that it has on you. So if you notice a big red glow around you, make sure you get out of the way. Yeah, I really like this event. A lot of people enjoy this event as well. Oh. And don't get told, there's General Zeta right there. And General Zeta is also considered an alien invader because they have power armor on. The siphon, there we go. Done, there we go. Complete the event Invaders from Beyond 1 for 1. Now we also have a weekly on this as well, so 5 more times for that. So that's pretty cool. Right, let's go around and we're going to collect the spoils here. Awesome. Now these guys are really good, especially those little drones, as I mentioned how they're considered robots. They have a lot of circuits on them and a lot of electronic parts, so it's they're really, if you can kind of do what I did, just kind of shoot, at least as long as one of your rounds lands on them, you're good, right? You don't have to kill and focus on one enemy, as other people will be around killing them also, alright? So there we go, there's Lieutenant Kappa. We'll pop down here. So here, these alien drones, as I mentioned, these guys are considered robots. And again, these guys here, these are the alien invaders, the guys in the power armor suits, okay? So the guys, the little short, skinny guys, they are not considered alien invaders, alright? Can't stress that enough. So we'll be talking about that many times here this coming week. Alright. Let's take a look here. Kill a Cultist 10. So many great spots we can find cultists here in around the wasteland. We're more or less looking for this particular icon right here. So nice squishy guys here in the forest. We have good old Clancy Manor. We have good old Point Pleasant again. It's a different type of icon, but we can find at least 20 of these guys there. Cultists here at the Oregon Cave. There's 3 entrances to the Oregon Cave only. There's no 4th one. It just brings you to the same cave. We have Kanawha County Cemetery right here. Right over here, another good spot is the Lucky Hole Mine. It's a really good spot over there, as well as Johnson's Acre. I'm not going to bother going to Point Pleasant. I know on this server is probably going to be empty. Let's go to the Kanawha County Cemetery here and check it out. You see how fast that was. We'll call it 7.5, 8 minutes even to get that done. So you have to get here fairly quick, especially this entire week, because everyone and their dog will be going there and with their best weapons and just killing everything. Yeah. Alright, let's go up here. And hopefully on this server we'll be... I don't think we have any grenades on us. Let's check here. Oh, we do have a couple Molotovs there. Okay. I have a feeling there's... this place is empty too. Oh, there's someone. Yep, there's someone's camp here, and these guys are passed away. Well, there's a couple guys in here, I guess. Alright, let's go over here to the Lucky Hole Mine. Again, oh, there's someone coming from there. Wonder if we can beat him to the punch. That's okay. Let's go to Clancy Manor. Okay. Well, I'll leave them have it there. And this is the issue that you can come across when you're on public servers. And that's why I do my challenges on private ones, because if I didn't, these videos would be hours long. Sometimes, depending on the challenge. So go to Point Pleasant and see how much luck we can get here. Oh, we do have Buddy Boy up there. Yeah, alright, let's keep going here before somebody else comes. Nothing about this weapon, it's the... Oh, what happened there? He threw that right at the mailbox there. That's pretty cool, eh? Watch this. Burp. See the curve? Yeah, this weapon is quite something. Watching it curve like that, it's quite something. It's like it went up there, curved through this little lip here, and then ferp, down he went. Brain splatter all over the place. Bunch of chems up here too. Nice. Alright, let's take a look here. So we do have the one left. Let's head back to our camp here. And we will take a look and check our fermenter and see how it's doing. Alright, let's check our fermenter here. So you can see we do have a little bit left, so I would say that's maybe about 5 minutes left. Alright, so essentially, as I mentioned to you before, we're just waiting for that Meyer Magic Moonshine to turn into the vintage. Again, I would say that's maybe about 5 minutes left, but that's fine. I do have some vintage drinks on me, and we're just going to go ahead and drink it. You guys get the general gist of it anyway, so let's go ahead. We're going to drink our vintage Meyer Magic Moonshine here. There we go. Consume a vintage alcoholic beverage, 1 for 1 done, just like that. And I think we're done. We are, just like that, pretty awesome. Alright, let's take a look here at weapon of the day here, Jimmy boy. Whoa. That's quite something. Not that, it's this 2-shot Flatwoods Monster, high-powered alien disintegrator. Plus 1 projectiles, plus 25% damage last round in the magazine, has a 25% chance to deal 100% damage. Plus 3 perception is a 2-shot last shot perception. Really awesome weapon. High-powered receiver. No muzzle. Flatwoods Monster paint, which makes it look absolutely awesome. 80 times 2 damage, electrical damage. Takes alien blaster rounds, single fire. Yeah. 6 in the old chamber there. Nice little weapon. And again, it's just a basic rifleman build. Nothing real special here. So under perception, we have rifleman, expert rifleman, master rifleman, all maxed up. We have tank killer, concentrated fire, arms of steel, arms keeper, bandolier, fireproof, suppressor, tenderizer. What else we got here? Covert operative, evasive, white knight, adrenaline. These are random luck cards which randomly pop in when they're being activated. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. I'm very happy with them, and as you can see, they're all maxed out. Good stuff. Yeah, rock and roll. And again, this is the new to me camp. This is the train yard. I did make a video on this yesterday. You can check out that video if you so wish, if it inspires you on making a new camp. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMe, Yes Me, That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Ben Durant, John DJ59, Picquerist, Benny Bunny, Gwen Trutno, Tony Watson. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.